right, everybody. Welcome to Aces Up, episode 46. We got Steve G tonight, Joey Brown, Michael Gamberg. Steve did a draft at 8 o'clock. It was live streamed. Dave Kluge and Theo Greminger hosted that. We got the draft board here. We're going to analyze it. Steve, appreciate you taking the time to come on my show. And
first of all, thank you guys for having me. I watch you guys every week, man.
Appreciate that for sure. To know that a player of your caliber, wants to hear what we have to say, that's great news for us. So
you guys are all sharp drafters, so I like drafting against you guys. Again, I want to apologize for misquoting Gamberg. Me and him are good now, but I wanted to make sure that we put that out there one more time.
The problem was, these guys, usually guys from Queen are pretty sharp, This guy, I get him what he's learning, you didn't have to do that. Man,
I had to, man. You're my buddy, man. We're gonna start drafting together next week. So I gotta make sure we're doing this tag team league. So we gotta be ready, man. We're not Kluge and Theo. Come on, bro.
How could we be good when we were never bad?
That's true, man. That's true. You've been building some monsters. You've been going into the Fantasy Soprano playbook. You've been building some monsters.
I don't know about that. I think you're coming in my playbook.
Could be. We'll see.
Yeah,
Could
that.
be. I mean, could be. We'll see.
Devontae Smith, he was like, now he's going in the third round. I mean, it's like in the movie Scarface when Tony tells Manny, "I told you." It wasn't sanitarium.
It's sanitation. It's sanitarium.
Yeah, come on, you guys, Queens normally are short, man.
Listen,
man.
I went with Smitty, man. I needed a share. I needed a share.
Steve, so you pick from the one spot in this one here. So
right.
You go Gibbs. Are you always Gibbs here, or
Gibbs? Listen, Gibbs might break fantasy. Look, I really am blessed this year that I have massive Gibbs shares. So eventually, I might switch it up and take Bijan, but because he also has massive upside. But Gibbs could break fantasy this year, I think.
I mean, how do you get a rig to get the one slot every draft?
I don't. You don't want to know in the early FFPC gorillas.
He's got power. The legend has power. I'll tell you that.
I fuck around with the KDS, man. I don't like. I go rogue shit. I do. I put 7 at 1. I do crazy shit, and it's been working out so far. To be honest, so it's been working out. But I think that early drafting, sometimes people think it's not. I don't want to draft early. Me and David Hubbard had drafted from February to, I'm going to say, the end of March. We probably did every big gorilla that went off. So I'm going to say 40 big gorillas. Okay? The builds that we have in those gorillas, you will not get again. It just won't happen. You can't. Got Kenneth Walker's in the second round. We're picking him on the 3-4 turn. AJ Brown. We have a couple of 4th round. We have crazy builds. So I'm a proponent of drafting early.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's really where it is, because right now, if you look at these boards, and we'll go over them, guys have moved up. It's crazy. I'm looking at it, I'm like, shit, even with Devonta Smith, I took him there because I wanted a certain build, but that, still could be a little early.
Yeah, second round. I mean, they've seen him, he's been consistently going in the middle to the back end of the second round.
All the time, man. Look at this Ibuka steam, bro. Nelson steamed this guy up. I was telling him, I'm like, stop taking this guy in the second round. People are going to start losing their minds. Now, that's it. He doesn't get out of the second round.
I don't know who's responsible.
Now he's going to be a bust, and you had everybody. You fooled everybody.
It may be very possible.
Now you faded him. You went short the stock.
I haven't taken him.
Everybody builds him up too high.
Listen, I haven't taken him, guys. I've taken very few shares.
I want to say it was Theo that said he's this year's JSN. I forget who said it. But ever since that happened, he's been in the second round. So
listen, I think Ibuka. Honestly, guys, I like him, but I'm not crazy about him. That wide receiver room is heavy. I think that Ibuka's good. I think McMillan's good. I think Godwin's good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got the kid Ted Hurst, right?
I'll tell you too, one thing about Ibuka that I say the drafters who had him, I had him last year, which I'm not saying like this, but I wonder which kind of owner remembers the good Ibuka or the slow Ibuka, because he was 2 seasons last year. He's a hard one to figure out. I
Big
agree
time.
with you.
Big time. I mean, look, everybody's talking him up. I get it. You know, the guy he's a really good wide receiver. He runs routes well. He separates well. This should be his year. I'm in on Baker. You guys already know that because I've been punting out QB and going back and taking Baker Mayfield. So I'm big on Baker this year. I think he has a monster comeback year. So that's how I look at that Tampa room.
Played for a contract too, right?
Yeah, they'll probably hash that out before the next week or two.
James in the chat says he loves the Tampa Bay wide receiver schedule. So
it's a good division to be in.
I like Baker too. I think he's very mispriced.
Very.
You know, yeah.
Potential QB, top 10 QB.
Yeah, and he's going, you know, out in the 10th round, right around the 10th, 11th round. So
he's going a little deeper. I think I've gotten him. Where did I take him? Where did they take him tonight? Tonight they took him in the 13th round, right? But I've got him in the 14th. I've got him. I have him quite a few shares in the 14th.
So it depends on the draft. Some of the quarterbacks get the quarterback position as a whole gets pushed up in some drafts. You know, and then it's nice and if you can find yourself to be in one of those drafts where they do let it fall some.
Listen, the only good the one good quality about me is I'm very disciplined, and if I'm gonna punch something, I'm gonna wait. So I don't get too worried about stuff. RB, QB, tight end. Like tonight, I waited on tight end. I think my tight end room is super.
Yeah, I do too.
Would you get?
I think that Mark Andrews, a Congo, and I took a free look Ferguson. Come on,
right? And I take something else. I think people forget. I think my number one team I had from the one spot. I took Gibbs like you did.
Yes, I remember that team with the Loveland pick.
But I think you don't have to go running back, especially with B. John and Gibbs. To me, that's like almost a player and a half with points. You can wait on RB2. You don't have to have a lot out of RB2 with that type of player and that type of point production, I don't think.
I agree with you. I like Willie's build. Willie and Waz were at 6, but Willie, I think, drafted. I like that bow. We and Nelson took them together in a draft that we did at the 212. The Bowers pick gives you an edge. So, and Willie's a real sharp drafter. We already know this. And he's not scared to take a multiple tight end. Like the other night, I made a stir. I took 3 tight ends. I took Pitts, Kraft, and who else? And Fannin. But you got to, these type of things, you got to go a little low.
You helped me out there taking that. I owe you some money. I'll send it tomorrow.
What happens, Gamberg, all right, if Kraft is back to normal and he's like tight end 1 or something, and then you have Fannin and Pitts right behind them, what happens then? What happens if 3 of those guys, you have 3 of the top 5 tight ends? How does that turn look to you?
You can always start 2, right?
Doesn't matter.
No, I don't have a problem. It helped me. I had my tight end, I think, already.
I don't know. Somebody pissed me off, and that's why I took the 2 tight ends. But
I like you shook the room.
In reality, if you look at that board, Mike, if you look at the board,
right,
those 2 guys might have been the best 2 players on the board. It's not like I took guys that, like I reached to them. They dropped enough where those could have been the best 2 players on the board.
Disagreeing on the guys. It's just he shook the. I like the guys. Some of these guys probably got shooken up and made wrong moves.
Everybody kept getting me on wide receiver because I'm at the 12 spot. I hate the fucking 12 spot.
I do
too. Listen, if you look at this board, if you look at the board in the first round, I don't think there's anything that's out of the ordinary. McCaffrey's been dropping to the 12 spot. It happened to us 2 nights in a row. I'm going to go on record here, Joey, telling you that I'm never taking CMC ever again, even if he drops to the 12. I
didn't take him last year. It killed me, but I won't take him.
No, last year is different. Last year, I'm talking about this year. I had a rule that I said if he drops to the 11 or 12 spot in the first round, I'm going to take CMC. I took him twice. I changed that rule.
Yeah, which referee? You helped me there too. You didn't like the pick. You told me, but you had to take him, right?
I had to take him. I took him 2-1. I had to take him. I had no choice.
Yeah. What are you going to do? You didn't have, but now you won't take him, right? You'll pass on him?
I think so. I think I'm going to start going heavy wide receiver from the edges.
But you're going to probably try to stay out of the 12. The 12 doesn't look so enticing like it did.
You know what the problem is? You don't have on the 12, right? Your first 3 picks are you have an edge. After that, you do not. You do not, because guys in the middle of the draft are gonna. And the NFFC is not like the FFPC. The FFPC sometimes are just not as sharp drafters. So the NFFC guys know who you're drafting against. And they're like, well, he's going to take this. It becomes predictable. So that's why I kind of switch up a lot of times. No one's going to really realize who I want to take. I'll make them like wonder.
Yeah.
Mix up the play like a poker player. Yeah, I like that. I kind of do the same thing. I mean, I have my core, my guys, but you do have to keep your opponents on their toes for sure.
Carlton, sometimes, right? You show the bluff. 9 deuce, you show it. I bluffed you out of the pot. Puts them on tilt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. When they don't know what you're gonna do, it makes it hard to go against you for sure. So predict, like you said, a lot of us anticipate how each of us drafts, and we can kind of be like, oh, I can wait 1 round because I know he's not going to take this guy.
Dan and Josh, when I'm in the draft with those guys, which I really like those guys, I watched their podcast last night. When I'm in a draft with them, they don't let Justin Herbert drop to me. No, they know I'm taking them.
Same thing. Yep. Same thing. I picked next to them the other night with on the one that was live streamed, and they made me pivot. They made me. They're
good drafters, man. They're good. They know how to pivot, and they'll take. I like the way they draft. I actually enjoyed their podcast last night too. I was a little under the weather, but I saw it in the morning.
Nice.
Let me ask you guys your opinion. So we saw the first round, how that went. So a lot of people, and Martino's a good drafter. Do you take St. Brown over JSN?
I mean, you could mix it up. I don't know how many shares he has with the other guy. It's not a. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with that either.
And really, to say you think JSN's going to have, he's not going to duplicate the season. He probably
no way he is.
That's why it's not a bad move taken.
I'm gonna tell you.
I actually think Shahid's going to be more involved this year.
He is. I agree with that, Steve.
I think he's going to be more involved. I think that it's kind of like last year they couldn't get in sync, him and Darnold, but I think that this year it's going to be a little better.
I'll tell you, really, I think that St. Brown probably the safest pick in the first round. I think.
I think so too, man.
And
Joey, I'm completely on board with you.
Chase is dominant, but he's tied with Joe Burrow if he goes down. Even though they got Flacco.
Well, Flacco's not bad. He actually showed that he could get him the ball. So I feel better with that.
St. Brown is just so consistent, and he still got God.
Is this might be the highest I've seen Zay Flowers at the second round right there? Has Steve?
He's gone in the same spot another night. I think I might have took him, or I took him I was going to take Flowers if Flowers drops to me, but he knew that. The guy at 3, what's his name? He drafts against me. He knew that Flowers wasn't getting back. That was done.
Yeah.
I moved Flowers up. I think that this is going to be his year. He was wide receiver 7 last year, I think. So I don't know what people are thinking. I mean, I'm not big on Lamar, but He was wide receiver 7, so I kind of like him.
Man.
I kind of like him.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of like, I don't want us. I hate comparing players like this, but he reminds me of Tyreek Hill in a way.
Yes,
like,
I'll say that in a way, not completely. Tyreek Hill was a lot faster.
No, Zay Flowers is more methodical for sure. But
he ain't got no competition.
With the ball, once he get the ball in his hands with some space, and having Derrick Henry and Lamar, a healthy Lamar, it definitely make a big difference. I think you're onto something there, Steve. I don't know if I would take him that high.
You know what happens? What happens? Don't be scared to take any of these guys anywhere. Okay?
Yeah.
Because ADP doesn't matter. You want to try to build certain builds. Right?
Right. I agree. Yeah,
Chase Flowers is not going to be owned a lot. Okay? That was a sharp pick. Okay?
Right.
Chase Flowers, Jeremiah Love. Now he's dropping into the 3rd. But that's a good build. That's a good spot. That's a definite good spot. Good start.
Yeah, he was able to get the 2 running backs and still get a Doomsday, which was nice. I mean, that worked out for him. Even taking Burrow around earlier than usual.
I was just gonna say, do you have to push up Burrow when you take Chase?
I would. I don't think you have to push him up. When you're starting Chase, Flowers, Love, build that team to a juggernaut, and then take Herbert. Take some. Who cares about that stack? Well, you need in that 5 hole, he needed a wide receiver. Okay. So if he would have taken Brian Thomas or QJ or somebody like that, I think, Brian Thomas should have been his pick. That wide receiver room now gets a Dunze, okay? Michael Wilson, which I still like, okay? And then he could have – Woody Marks was an irrelevant pick. I think Woody Marks is going to be irrelevant.
He could have went quarterback.
He didn't need him with 3 running backs already.
Yeah, he could have taken in the 10th round. He could have taken somebody.
Yeah, when Marks doesn't fit, he's on. It's and no fit there. You're right, but he did get away with it though, drafting the 2 running backs.
He could have taken a quarterback where he took Michael Wilson had he gone.
I don't even think so. I think he could have taken Dak or somebody. Dak's gonna have it's good for the NFFC. Dak, Caleb was there. These guys were good for and then he could have matched them up with Love. I think he needed one more wide receiver. That's just my opinion. It's still a good team, but I mean, I was contemplating taking a Dunze because I think I said it the other night. I think me and Nelson were doing a live, and I think I said the other night, what if we're all wrong? What if a Dunze is real? What if this foot thing, maybe it's healed and that's the way a foot heals? I don't know. Maybe this guy, because he was good. When he was healthy and humming, he was good. So maybe we're wrong. Like Dunze in the 6th round? There's something wrong with that.
That's good value, yeah.
I've been seeing Dunze over Burger.
I haven't seen him in the 6th. You, Steve?
What happened?
I'm with you, Joe.
This is the latest I've seen.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the latest. So let's get back to the 2nd round because we're deviating, and I want to ask you guys your professional opinions. Nico Collins. This guy Moy won the OC last year. I drafted against him a lot, even in FFPC. He's annoying to draft against, but because I drafted with him early, and then he's caps on. He starts taking all my late guys. All of a sudden, 1 week I try to get some late guys. I take, they're gone. Moy took them, so he's a sharp drafter. Nico Collins
last year?
He won the OC, I think, last year.
I don't think so. I thought the other guy. Is he? I thought the other guy won it.
So I thought this guy won it. Someone told me this guy won it.
Wilson won. He won something.
He won something. I think he won something.
It was the best ball.
Maybe the best ball.
He went the 5 wide.
But you're right. He is an ass ache in the draft room. For sure.
Yeah, 100%. And he's moved up tons of my guys. But Nico Collins, what's your guys' take on this?
I like it. I think you can anticipate him missing a handful of games, but I think he's in 17 points per game is kind of where I have him. So I don't mind it. He's the clear cut wide receiver 1. I think you could see that 26, 27, 28% target share.
Let's hope. I'm hoping that Stroud makes a comeback year. But I think
well, they're going to have a better running game this year. That's for sure.
I think Higgins comes back. I think Jaden Higgins steps up. I think he's going to be good. Okay. And I think that Jalen Noel is really good, guys. Really, really good.
He's talented.
Nobody talks about him.
Health is the biggest reason for Nico that scares me a little. The talent's there, but I think he's missed like 16, 17 games in the last 2 or 3 years. But
I prefer him in the FFPC. I prefer him because he drops into the third round, the middle of the third, and I prefer him there. I'm just a little iffy on him.
He's talented, but
I took him from the 5 spot in the second round, my last draft. So a couple picks later.
I'm gonna have some Nico because I'm not completely fading him, but that wide receiver room is young and it's a lot of running. Stroud, we gotta hope that this guy gets better. So even though I think Mills Davis Mills might be better than him.
Let me ask you this: Does it scare any of you on here? Does like their defense is so good they can get up, they can just run and take the passing game all the way out of it. You know, their defense is really good, and
that's why I haven't been taking a lot of these pass catchers. I haven't been taking Collins or Higgins. If I need a dart throw late, I'll take Noel. But Montgomery, I love. Where the hell did he go? 1, 2, 3, 5th round? It's a steal, man. That's a steal.
He's been going in the 5th, though.
I know that. You start 4 wide receivers.
Yeah,
and take Montgomery. You can't get a better build than that.
That's what I did the other night.
You did
3 times.
Their defense won't allow them to get in a lot of shootouts. That's another thing you got to keep in mind.
Yeah, you make a good point. Very good point. Very, very good point. But I'm a little shaky on Collins. I'm not completely out.
He likes to kick field goals too at the 5-yard line.
I'm a little
conservative.
They don't hesitate to kick the field goal and go.
I have my doubts on David Montgomery though. I'm not gonna lie. I just think he's a pure volume play. I don't think he's going to have a high yards per carry average. I don't think the offensive line is going to be taking a huge step forward to the point where he's running like he's behind the Detroit offensive line. And I do think that Woody Mox has the pass catch and roll locked up, the third down roll as well. I don't think you see Montgomery on third down unless it's inside the 10-yard line.
Very possible. All that's very possible. My opinion is that he's going to get a lot of touches. Montgomery.
That's it. Yeah, that's a pure volume play.
And that's what you like in a 4 wide receiver start. That's what you want. You don't need the home run there. You need the consistency.
The Gamburglar got to pat himself on the back for that round 4 wide receiver Montgomery start. I love it.
I think I did it twice.
Who'd you follow up with at RB2?
Josh Jacobs.
Damn!
Yeah, Jacobs fell. This guy is going to win the OC.
He went late yesterday. He went late yesterday.
All right, Mike. All right.
Don't brag too much, man. Don't brag. You're jinxing yourself.
You know, after what Steve said earlier, if you look at, let's just say
I did it
half
yesterday
of the
too,
second round,
Steve.
the wide receivers. I ain't talking about the back end from 12. It and Zay Flowers probably the most safest middle of the second round pick of the wide receivers that you could probably trust. I mean, really. I
think so. I love Zay Flowers. I like Devonta Smith. I know that Gamburger isn't completely in on him. He's not, in the second round. But I think Devonta Smith, I think he's going to have a good year.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, they're almost similar. Like
Steve, I got him yesterday too.
And Devontae Smith.
They
both got
the
opportunity to target. That's what everybody in fantasy drafts. I can't fault anybody for taking. That's part what we play.
I think Pickens. Look where Pickens went in the middle of the third here. I like Pickens.
That was a great.
That's great.
That's a great spot.
I was gonna when we were talking about Nico.
You guys let him slide there.
Yeah, when I was talking about Nico, I was gonna mention I don't necessarily like him as my wide receiver 1, but if you can get him as a wide receiver 2, pair him with somebody that's And then I took a look at his team, and I saw that Pickens fell to the third round. And I was
That
like,
helped him out.
I was like, I guess that works. Yeah.
Look,
100%.
Jamison Williams, to me, you're going to have to guess which week to start him. Parker Washington, man, I picked him up a lot last year. Him and Michael Wilson were two of my biggest pickups. I think I had them both on that prime time overall team, the second place team I had with Vaccaro finished first. I finished second. I think I might have had them both on there on waiver wires. But I like Parker Washington too. I like BTJ. It's a tough, Matt Modica is my boy, and he makes good points. And when he speaks to you why he likes Parker Washington, you got to listen. The guy is a sharp, really, really sharp drafter, and he's in on Parker, man. He's in on that Jaguars offense. I think it's going to pay off. My favorite player on the Jaguars offense is Trevor Lawrence. I think T-Law takes off this year.
I agree with that.
He still ain't getting no love. It was as good as he was last year. I mean, he's a bargain in these drafts, really.
He went. What round did he go in? The 9th round. That's a great place to take Trevor Lawrence, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
The 9th round he went.
He went 8th yesterday.
Trevor Lawrence is a great pick.
You get him after 9, 10 around. That's a steal.
That 100%.
9th round tonight's draft.
Yeah, 9th round he went, which is great. It's great.
I tell you too, going back to Parker Washington, when the different player, but when Colin was here at Kentucky, he used Wandale out of the slot. He had like almost a Cooper Cup type season,
right,
in the slot when he took Cooper Cup over. I mean, if he uses the slot, so if Parker Washington plays the slot, he's going to have a good season. He's going to have a real good year.
I think Parker Washington has the potential to be really, really good. He's a really good route runner. He has symmetry with Lawrence. He runs the routes the way Trevor Lawrence likes him. Because remember, BTJ's biggest problem last year, he was a bad route runner. I mean, Lawrence didn't throw him under the bus, but he was awful. And that's why this year they worked on their connection, on running routes, because he just wasn't. That's what happened to him. Mac Jones was just chucking the ball to him. So on the outside, just chucking the ball.
Credit's due here too. Like I love listening to Ryan Heath Fantasy Points, and he made a good comment the other day talking about Brian Thomas Jr. He said the reason why I'm off of him, he said the routes they run don't translate into fantasy points. He said that's the reason why he's off of him. The routes he runs is not really good for fantasy.
Could be.
I was just going to say, in 2 wide receiver sets, who's the odd man out? Is it going to be between Myers and
Parker's out? Parker's out.
Or Myers. I definitely think BTJ's not coming off the field.
Parker's the guy's out.
Parker's better than Jacoby Myers.
He is better. I'm not saying he's not now. I'm just saying he's the odd man out.
Parker's definitely better, but Jacoby Myers, I think, is a more complete running back. So if you're asking him to block and do things without the football in his hand, then I think Myers has the edge there. But I was just wondering if that's a concern at all. Or is Parker Washington that good that he doesn't need more than 90% snap share?
Listen, I like Parker Washington as my 5th wide receiver, and I'm not scared to go 5 wide receiver start. I've shown you guys that.
Yeah,
this is the NFFC. It's a 3 wide receiver must start. You're going to take an edge on people. You got to try to get an edge somewhere. I think I can make up on running back. I think the way I draft running backs and the way I correlate running backs, I think that if I start 5 wide receivers, I couldn't do that with Gibbs. But if I was anywhere else, I was going. I told Gamberg before, I'm going 5 wide receivers to start. I don't give a shit. This is the NFFC. You need wide receivers.
You can start 4 of them.
It's simple math there. If you're
So I wanted to ask you about that, Steve. So where you took QJ, now I'm a big critiquer of the one spot. My one top 5 overall finish came from the one spot, and there wasn't many. I think I was the only one spot in the top 25 or top 50. So I understand the why. I like how you hammered wide receiver after the fact, after you take Gibbs there. my belief is you go 3 wide receivers in an elite tight end, or you go 4 wide receivers in a row. Like that's kind of how I approach the one spot. Now you came into round 5 and you go QJ for a wide receiver 5, and now here in most cases maybe there isn't an elite tight end available, but I think Tyler Warren's ceiling this year is elite tight end finish.
Tyler Warren could be tight end 1.
I just wanted to just to stress the format. These are the 2 options, your 2 optimal options. I just want to know why, with the amount of QJ that you have already, why you decided to take him as your wide receiver 5 here again. And I know you're going to bring up depth, but
I think depth is one thing, but I think that there's tight end value also where I went late. So I was kind of looking to build a Washington stack because we don't have one in the portfolio. So when I took McLaurin and then on the 7-8 turn, I thought about Lamar. And I said, you know what? Because I took a little time. Usually I take my picks in 10 seconds. I don't need a lot of time. I already have my board planned out 10 picks ahead. So I took James Daniels, okay? My whole point was I was targeting Okonkwo in the 15th round. And that 14th, 15th turn, I was targeting Okonkwo. And then I took Andrews, another solid tight end. In the NFFC, I'm going to use – David Hubbard says this all the time. Tight ends don't matter that much in the NFFC. He takes one and he works the rest. We won the Platinum, okay? You know who our starting tight end was, final game of the season? Kate Otten. So – we just showed that tight end sometimes we don't think matter in the NFFC. Now Nelson, structurally, there's nobody that drafts better than him. He likes to double tap the tight end and he solidifies it, and that's why we kind of diversify the portfolio. But I thought about Warren, and then I said, you know what? Who are the wide receivers that I'm gonna have to go after this? I think that QJ has a lead upside. I think that if that offensive line stays good with Herbert, who I think could be QB1, I think that I need a guy like that. I'm not crazy about Thomas. I took him for upside, but I think QJ has a real chance to be a top 15 wide receiver. So I went with it, and I didn't, I thought Warren. I actually thought of Dunze for a minute too, but and another thing that we've been noticing, I don't know if you've been noticing it, Tucker Kraft's been falling.
Yeah, tight ends in general. The mid.
So I was like, you know what? Yeah. If I could take a better wide receiver that I think now, not a lot of people might say, I'm out of my mind. Dan Williamson says, "Oh, why would you take Quentin Johnson? You get him in the 11th round." Okay, find him in the 11th round. I was taking him in the 11th round in March. I was taking him.
Where's he been lately?
I've been taking, and I love Dan. No, Dan's a friend of mine. I love Dan.
He's good. He said that.
He said that in a tweet. He said, everybody explained to me why he's teaming up. And I replied back. I said, guilty. So, look, at the one spot, Joey, I'm going to tell you, I know that you want to analyze the one spot. My opinion in NFC, 1 or 2 spot, you're going to take Gibbs and Bijan, and then you pound wide receivers because RB2, you can find an RB2. And I have 2 of them that I have White and Mason that – you could rotate. I think that Claiborne, if Aaron Jones goes down, or even Mason, because he gets hurt a lot too, I correlated them and I said that's my take of the Minnesota backfield. I'll do it with Aaron Jones also sometimes if that's who falls to me. But I want to try, even with Dobbins and Coleman, I'll do that. Because don't forget, Dobbins through 15 weeks of the season was really, really good.
Yeah.
So.
When you have a Gibbs, RB2 immediately becomes the least important piece from that point on.
And I took Diggs as a 6th wide receiver because I said, you know what, I'm finished after I take Diggs. The reason I took Diggs is for the upside, because if he signs somewhere, he's moving up 2 rounds. Okay? So I figured I have 6 wide receivers that eventually all be playable, right? Rashad White, who I'm high on. I've been high on. Him and Brooks have been my highest drafted running backs. And I actually thought that Brooks might drop. Who the hell they took Brooks early tonight? Someone took him early.
Yeah, 6th round, I think, right?
Is it the 6th round? Yeah, 6th round. But he's been going in the 7th. I thought he had a chance for him to drop.
He's been going in the 6th lately.
Yeah.
That's because it went to
early
the
7th.
Martino took him.
4 wide receiver start.
He
Yeah,
was the
that's why
first
he
guy
got
supposed
pushed up.
doubled up with Hubbard with him.
Yeah, Hubbard's been dry. I thought about it the other night. I think he dropped into like the 9th or 10th round. I don't know if any of you guys were in my draft, and I thought about clicking him, and I didn't. I just think he's a jag. I just think he's a jag. Willie took Malik Neighbors in the 4th round.
Yep, it's a good pick.
It's a good pick. If Neighbors comes back, guys, that's a steal, man.
4th round.
They did a good team tonight. That's like a team that looks like a team that I would have drafted. Honestly,
No, I like the Bowers edge pick.
Swift,
I like the Bowers.
him.
Yeah. Swift. I'm not crazy about. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not crazy about the this year for Swift, but I love Tootin. Think he got him in the 6th round. It's a steal. Drake May, one of our highest owned quarterbacks. Blake Corum, I like. And then the 3 wide receivers he took: Higgins, Coker, McMillan, 3 mass, and Zachariah Branch. These are all guys that I've been on all year. So he's got really good upside wide receiver room.
Coker and McMillan double tap is great. Jaden Higgins too. I know that Billy influenced that pick. Billy's big on Higgins. I could see him, like you mentioned it earlier, taking a step forward.
I think he will. Yeah. I haven't clicked him a lot, but I think he has the possibility of taking a step up. There's a few builds here that are really good. 3 running backs start, right? Team 12. He didn't do a bad job coming back. I think that taking the 2 quarterbacks was. You have Herbert. I would have waited a little bit for QB, but
still a little scary at wide receiver. I might not get it to the finish line.
Carnell Tate, I really like. Mike Evans, if he stays healthy, I mean, that's why I know we took Purdy to match him up with Evans. I like Alec Pierce. I don't think this injury is going to affect him too badly. I think that he was paid a lot of money. I think he's going to do pretty well. I like Pierce. I like Warren. I like Downs. I like those guys. If Dimes is healthy, which I think he will be, those guys are going to eat. I love Tucker Kraft. I love Xavier Worthy. I think he's an upside play. I like Jalen Naylor. You know what I'm saying? I don't like Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I think that he didn't need it with the 3 wide receivers he started with.
That was a panic pick. He said it in the chat that was a panic pick.
Yeah, I don't think he needed it. I wouldn't have taken that.
He was worried about his RB4. I said, you didn't need an RB4.
Now with those guys.
But what are you doing? I said that to her. Like, you didn't need an RB4.
Yeah. Then he took Gatson.
I've seen Pat Bryant drafted. I ain't seen him on the board in forever.
I like the Deshaun Stribling pick because he's got Evans. It's a free look. Pick. I almost took Kirk with one of the 17-18 turn. I think I almost took Kirk instead of DeMarcado. But I felt I needed another running back, and I feel DeMarcado is going to be. He's actually going to be useful. I think he's going to get touches. I think he's a really good pass catcher. Imagine he didn't, throw that touchdown away where he was playing games before he crossed the line. Who knows what happens in Arizona last year?
I'll tell you a pick I like that you made. I took him the other night, my first share of him, and I was going to ask you about him. I noticed you all been taking him. Marshawn Lloyd is interesting for me now.
Marshawn Lloyd is the adopted son of David Hubbard.
Okay.
He loves Lloyd. I love Lloyd too. I've drafted him every year. He's broken my heart every year. But I think that this year he might find it, and he is a talented runner. You guys have seen the tape on this kid.
Yes, he is good. Yeah.
He's a talented runner, and, we got a nickname for Josh Jacobs. We call him Quicksand. So if Lloyd can put it together, I know he's on the peptides. He's got a shot.
I like it, pick.
Doing backflips like Cam Scatterbo. He's doing backflips like Cam Scatterbo, man. It's crazy. Carlton, what do you think about Trevion Henderson, man? You're a New England guy.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's a huge high upside play. I think he will slowly. I think he's going to be a much better pass protector this year. I think, year 2 is a major leap for running backs when it comes to that part of the game. They realize that they're playing against grown men in year 1. They're also not used to the full NFL schedule. I think NFL players will say it all the time. Year 2, specifically at the running back position, in my opinion, they go into year 2 a lot more wiser and prep.
He was good in pass pro. I don't know what the fuck happened to him last year.
I'm not. I don't know. I just think Ramondre is so good at that Vrabel, and we were competitive. So Vrabel didn't want it. Vrabel's old school. If we're gonna win now, he's gonna do everything that he needs to do to win now. Like, he's not gonna sprinkle in Henderson just because he might break one off for 68 yards. You know what I mean? And it could lead to turnover. You don't know. He could have been managing him like a genius through his rookie year.
Gibbs and Henderson's rookie year look alike.
Yes, I was gonna go there next. And Gibbs kind of disappointed his rookie year, like he didn't get the full workload like he was supposed to. He's eased in. I think Vrabel is very intelligent with managing his workload, and he did end up outscoring Ramondre despite the slow start. So
he had some monster games. He won me a few weeks. This guy,
and now you factor in a tougher schedule, more competitive games, more game scripts that's going to favor him over Ramondre. Not that Ramondre can't pass catch, but if you're looking for explosive plays, if you get Henderson the ball with space, he's going to do more damage than Ramondre is not taking anything to the house. They're going to chase him down. Yeah.
I was in a slow OC, and I think Ramondre was available in the 9th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
it's hard to pass him up.
I still love Ramondre as a fantasy pick. He's carries contingent upside, as Trevion misses time. If Ramondre is a 3-down back with somebody just spelling him here and there, Ramondre will be very serviceable for fantasy. And that's his whole appeal. And I do think he does have standalone value, but you have to know the game script. You got to know who New England's playing. Are they going to build a lead and then roll out the running game, let Ramondre wear down the defense in the second half. But yeah, I'm way in on Trevion Henderson. I love him as an RB2. If you get him as an RB3, even better. But you got
even better, yeah. You
have to build. You have to be very disciplined about your build if you do 3 running backs like that in the NFFC format. Know your wide receiver targets from there on out, and be disciplined about waiting on at least one quarterback or tight end.
Team 9 didn't even need Jadarian Price. He had Jonathan Taylor. He ended up having Stevens, Dobbins. If he would have taken a wide receiver there, would have been a much more dangerous team.
Team 9, let me see.
He went the rainbow. It never works the first 4 picks.
Yeah, the quarterback, tight end in the first 4 rounds. Yeah.
But he can. But look at guys. Look at this.
Steve, would you ever do the trial truth? You ever going to do if you ever do the rainbow, I'm going to send you to the doctor's office right away.
But he could have pulled it back off. He could have easily pulled it back off. He doesn't take Price. He takes a wide receiver. Even Pearsall, I would say Pearsall or Price. Even Justin, just take a wide receiver. And that build becomes a completely different animal. Because I like Wan'Dale Robinson. I think Wan'Dale Robinson's going to be good. I think that every year he burns me. I don't take him the last 2 years. He's burned me. This year, I think this kid's going to be good. I think he's going to be okay in that Tennessee offense.
Yeah, the two players he should have took was either Jordan Tyson or Odunze.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And not only that, but then if you look at the middle
round,
yeah,
you're right. My fault.
if you look at the middle rounds in the RB handcuff wheelhouse, he's wasting picks on guys like Trey Harris and Troy Franklin.
100%.
Yeah.
That build called for a completely different. He could have pulled the rainbow because Loveland, I think, is still an edge tight end. I think he could have pulled this off. I just think that the price pick, because Pilati is going to be involved,
and then reverse it to running back play. Yeah, he needed the wide receivers there.
Listen, this is the NFFC, man. You need wide receivers. You can't. You got to be able to get creative.
You got to have the wides.
Look, Willie pulled off a beautiful team.
Yeah, he did.
He pulled off Bowers, 3 top-end wide receivers, and Neighbors could be a steal in the 4th. And then Higgins, Coker, McMillan, and Zachariah Branch. I love all 4 of those guys.
That was nice there in the middle.
He's got
100%. I didn't like the Chris Rodriguez pick, but you can't be perfect, Willie, if you're watching this. You can't be perfect.
I like the running back selections, too. Swift, Tootin, Corum. Chris Rodriguez.
I like them too. I like the Corum pick.
Yeah,
I like the Corum. I think he should have taken Algier there. I think everybody's. Oh no, Algier went the round before. Algier to me, I let him drop the Gamberg the other night because me and Nelson were not arguing over the pick. I let Tyler Algier as a running back 4 is the perfect depth piece. The perfect depth piece because there's going to be games. Him and Love are going to split the ball. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't care what anybody says.
I think
James Conner is going to be annoying unless they get rid of this guy. Trey Benson's there. What are they going to do? This backfield is going to be annoying. But they paid Algier, and they think he's good enough to use him. So one of those guys go, maybe I'll change my opinion.
He's going to be like Bijan, bro.
Yesterday you took Shao and the Lloyd. What are you going to take? You're going to pass on Shao?
On who?
You took the quarterback from the Saints.
Tyler Show. I didn't need a second QB, bro. What I need a second QB for that? I would have taken dimes.
Why'd you take him?
Nelson, I pick a second QB. These guys are gonna block you out. I said, no, let's take Algier. Let's take the QB. I went with him.
The funny thing was, I would have taken the quarterback because I had just another with Olave there.
Yeah, I didn't care about Tyler Show, even though I think he's going to be good. I like Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is going to be a steal late round.
Yeah, I got to get you an extra Christmas present for that.
Fucking Gamberg, man. This guy's unbelievable, this guy. This guy drafts Troy Franklin, and he's telling me how Tyler Algier is.
Who drafted Franklin?
No, I thought you drafted Troy Franklin. My friend.
I would never. I don't even know who the guy plays now. No, come on, Franklin.
What are we thinking about the Pittsburgh backfield?
I like Warren. That's the only steal. That's the only stealer I've drafted is Warren.
What's the theory here, guys? That Warren is going to get Gainwell's pass catching? I mean, where are we at with that?
There was 113 catches last year between Warren and Gainwell. So if you just give me 65 from Warren,
I was gonna say Rico Dowdle can pass catch too, though.
I know.
Last year.
Imagine we see Caleb. What's his name? Caleb Johnson in the mix. Oh, that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of avoiding it. If I'm taking one, I've been taking Dowdle because he goes later. But and I like him in a build. If you get him as your RB4 or RB5, he's a nice depth piece. We know what he can do if he gets a full workload. Jalen Warren hasn't actually been, epitome of health throughout his entire career. He's been
That's
better
the problem with Warren, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the Pittsburgh doesn't. Nothing excites me there.
I like Dowdle as a contingent upside pick. It's going to be an interesting split, guys. I got to pay attention more to this, but I like that. I picked up Dowdle on waivers last year. People that dropped him, he was great for a couple of weeks.
That was a different circumstance.
Yeah.
You had, Hubbard went down. He took advantage of it.
And Hubbard's really not that good, so it was even bigger.
Yeah. Well, he was a good waiver wire ad last year.
Definitely.
What about Seattle's backfield? Do you think that Jadarian Price is primed to get the first crack full opportunities here.
We've been hearing for 2 years that they like Holani.
Right.
And I believe there's legs to that. I think Holani is going to be involved. I think Price is going to be involved. I just think it's going to be a frustrating backfield. And then you're going to add Zach Charbonnet. I would say after their bye, week 11, you're looking at him. Week 12 or 13, you're looking at Charbonnet. It's going to be a big mess.
Right.
Yeah. I like Holani there.
If you're drafting Price, it's for his early season production. One thing about Seattle, though, is it seems like every running back they draft is productive. You know, Kenny yeah. So, you know, I do have one Price share. I made sure I grabbed Holani. I pushed him up a little bit, but you know, in round 13, I think that's the round you start pushing guys up when you definitely want them. You know, you don't want to take a chance letting him fall.
Navigating rounds 15 through 20 in the NFFC is tough. It's a barren wasteland.
They could go. The one guy could go in round 19 one night. Like I have a round 20th Dontavian Wicks, and you know, how often do you see him?
Mike Sanda wasn't in that draft, huh?
14, even round 13. I think he went round 13 in tonight's draft, if I'm not mistaken.
Sanda loves Wicks. He tells me I love Wicks.
I don't see it, but when I was listening earlier, but
I had 100% of them
from round 13 on. I think if you want a guy, you just push
guys
him up
in my guys. Dan and the Cincy boys grabbed them yesterday.
But yeah, that's why I made sure I had Holani and Price mix. It was a 0 RB build, so you know.
Well,
Price
when
in a true 0 RB build, I think you got to wait until
100%
round 6. Hold on, I think my headphones weren't working. Were you talking, Steve? Was I talking over you?
Well, I guess we're talking. I don't know.
We took one share Price. He swept to 8 the other night. I just grabbed him. What the hell, right? I agree with you, Steve. I think it's just you take Holani because he's real cheap. At least he was cheap.
He's still cheap. People, it's draft to draft.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. Right.
It's draft to draft.
Price. I haven't taken him where he normally goes.
But listen, guys, the boards in the NFFC fluctuate, man. And you got to really – I think it's more about builds. So you got to – like I go into a draft a lot of times, and I'm like, look, I'm going to build a team. My goal is from this spot to build a team this way. And maybe that's unconventional, but I try to see where I could go with it. I'll analyze – because I do a lot of these. I'll analyze the boards, and I'll take shots. Sometimes they'll work out. Sometimes they won't. Tonight worked out. So other than that, but I'm more about builds and anything. I have to have this player. Sometimes I just go for the builds. And I think that sometimes in the NFFC, you know, a heavy wide receiver start and you can make running back happen.
I think so too.
I like how you lean into the build too. Like you pointed out, the guy that took Jonathan Taylor tonight and how he should have went wide receiver. He didn't lean into the fact that he had a running back that he can lean into the hero build. And if you don't lean into it all the way, you kind of get yourself stuck in the middle, and then you lose your upside. You end up with a team that gets like 135 points to 165 points every week, but you never get that 191. Yeah,
that's what you need if you're going to win a tournament.
Yeah,
look, the wide receivers I took are arbitrary, right? I could have mixed them up 100 different ways. Okay? I could have taken who could I have taken? I could have taken like Rashi Rice or Sarah, which I'm not completely out on Rashi Rice because Olave. I could have switched it up, and I might start fading Smith for a week or so and try to put some other builds together. I'll listen to Gamberg, but it's all about to me.
Smith.
Thank you. If to me, it's different types of builds. So if I'm in the middle, right? If I'm in 5, 6, 7, it's either straight four wide receivers or 5, Or I like also what Kluge and Theo did, taking Nakua, Walker. I like Wilson. I just don't know what we're going to get out of the Jets. Tim McMillan, I think the talent's there. Bryce Young blows. So it's a little tough for me sometimes, but I will take some. It all depends on the builds. I don't mind taking 2 RB starts either. It's just I'm not going to do that too often. There have to be 2 RBs that I really, really like. Like, let's say I took Ashton Genty and Chase Brown is there for me. I'm going to take that start.
That's a good
I'm going to
start.
take that start.
That's because that's kind of they're both good pass catchers, and you're going to get
PPR, man.
Exactly. That's where you take them. That's where the running backs make sense. It's 2 of them, not 3, and then you're going to pound 4 or 5 wide receivers.
I'm going to pound 5 wide receivers after that, and then I'll make it work. I'll make it happen. I'll make it work. I'll push back tight end and quarterback, and I'll make it work. I'll make that work.
Else too, what you talked about the Jets. I heard this on a podcast too, and Frank Wright is awful. He ranked 122 out of 132 at Stanford. I know. I heard they don't like this guy. Don't like none of the Jets either. So
it's
Ryan
tough.
He's who talked about it.
Hey, Jay, I saw Jay post something in about he was doing a live baby gorilla on the FFPC. Jay, those baby gorillas, because $125. Number one, they're super soft. But number 2, they take 2.5 hours because these guys take every second for the pick. When they get a minute, they take 59 seconds.
Even in the first 3 picks, it's like, duh.
Hey,
Well, hey, listen, it's irrelevant because I already won the baby gorilla. I have drafts there that you will never get again. The early baby gorillas that I was slow when I got into had the worst players I have ever seen in my life drafting. I have never seen this before.
the best build I've seen Steve's was a tight end build. I forget you had 4 of the best tight ends.
I took 4 tight ends, and Mojo said, historically, get the fuck out of here. I took Bowers, I took Loveland, I took Warren, and in the 6th round, I took Laporta. Because let's face it, in the first 6 rounds, I have to sit one of them. But how many years, every year, I'm sure our first 6 picks always pan out. So taking 4 of the elite tight ends in the tight end premium is not a bad play.
You start 3 of them, so you're never going to be bad on a bye week. So
listen, I sent that team to a B Babatoba, who arguably him and Hubbard are the 2 best high stakes players around. And I sent it to him when I was drafting, and he goes, "Damn," he goes, "that's the type of shit you have to do to take an edge in a tournament." So, we could say historically you do whatever. The bottom line is that you need to create an edge. I like to in the NFFC, which is my favorite format to draft. In the NFFC, I like to go wide receiver heavy, and or take a hero RB build like this tonight. Even a 2nd round, Kenneth Walker or Chase Brown, and build it from there. Those are my favorite builds. I don't give a shit about QB. I'll find them. Last year, Matthew Stafford.
Find the NFC. This is
What
your
happened?
2nd year. You were Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year last year. The NFC. This
Probably.
is your 2nd year. Why? What took you so long to find?
And Tommy K won't take a picture with me. I said, you want to give out baseball cards or football cards. I said, I won't take the card without a picture. Me and him. I only take it with Kluge. Won't take it with me.
You should thank God you haven't been here all these years. The guys are thankful. They got all their money, so that you're gonna.
I don't know about that, man. I think that I'm friends with the best players in the NFFC, and I'm going to tell you something. You got guys that are really good. Chris Vaccaro, Billy Waz, Nelson, which I'm partnering with, but he's the edge of over edge. Matt Modica.
Right?
Okay, my buddy Glenn Schroeder, who's also an excellent contained league drafter. Excellent. Okay. And, Frankie Mamola's back in the action. So these guys are some of the top guys. And you know who the best out of all of them is? Mike Edelman. He won the Silver Bullet last year. Edelman, who's my boy, is the most annoying person to draft against because he just reads the board so well. that it's just like shit. I'm like, I know he's taking who I want. So you got guys that are really, really good. And, you play in these tournaments, man, and it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy.
And the thing I've learned over the last few years, you
Who's
can't
that?
play conservative. If you want to win, you have to take chances.
100%.
Have to.
You also got to grind the waiver wire, man. You have to be on the waiver wire. The guys that are the most successful players are the guys that grind the waiver wire.
Yeah.
So if you're not active, if you're not proactive, like, Michael Wilson was a top pickup for me last year. I picked him up before the breakout. I just was watching a Cardinals game late in the game. Brissett's just looking for him. I had massive bye weeks. I forget, maybe it was week 10. So I forgot what week I picked him up, or I might have picked him up week 8 because that was a bye week too. And I picked him up almost everywhere. And then Tuesday, I have him in some teams queued to drop. And then you hear Harrison has the appendix. So it worked out for me.
Yeah, definitely. And you got to be a week ahead. Like as soon as you
got to be 3 weeks ahead.
As soon as there was the Jackson Dot rumblings, I remember Joey, we were talking about it in like week 2, week 3. And we were like, now's the time to go in and pick up Dot for $2.
For $1.
Yeah. And Stafford too. Joe called Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford was available in some leagues.
Oh, Stafford was a great pickup, man.
And I think this is the reason why everybody's leaving the draft with 2 quarterbacks now, because last year there were so many quarterbacks. Like Jacoby Brissett was a nice free agent pickup. Jackson Dot, Matthew Stafford. There was so many. There was more than one. Usually there's only
Danny
one.
Danny Dimes was on the waiver. Darnold was on the waiver. He was good for a few games. So, listen, there's guys that are going to, even this year, they're going to find a few waiver wire gems. You just got to be a couple of weeks ahead.
Yeah, you gotta wait for guys to get
find them.
Guys. You wait for when guys have to drop that quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Me and Hubbard used our last buck in the platinum to pick up Christian Watson. Best buck we ever spent.
Oh God.
He was there?
He was there, yeah.
You got him early.
How early did you get him?
You had to get him early.
You didn't get him for the shoot. You didn't get him in week 14.
No, we got him in week 10, bro. We got him. You got to be 2-3 weeks ahead, bro. Can't be.
Jeez, for $1?
Yeah. You have to be good at. You definitely have to be good at sniffing out the way.
Our last buck, we had $1 left because Hubbard spends fab like he's at the casino. So we had our last buck and we picked up Watson
in week 10. In week 10, you spent your last buck. Spent your last buck in week 10. I like it.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
I tell you something else I do, Steve. Like you was talking about all these players, like and even like I would look at Joe's, Gamberg, yours, because you're one of the elite. All of you are the elite. Like when they first have that first game of the year, and NFLC poster standings, I'll go through and look like, okay, Nelson, how come Nelson draft them? And I'll go look, and they're on my waiver wire, so I'll go pick them up for $1 on that first week. I'll go look, say, okay, Edelman picked this, drafted this, or Kimra, all these good name players that drafted these players. Okay, how come I didn't? And I go see my league didn't, so I go pick them up in week 1 just to stash them.
Sometimes I do that.
Mm-hmm.
I like to clean up. Sunday cleanups are the best for me.
I did that last year with Fannin before it started.
Oh, Fannin, I drafted, bro.
Early draft.
I drafted
he wasn't
Fannin
drafted.
too.
Fannin was my number one owned tight end in the FFPC.
And I got him for nothing too.
I got him in the 17th, 18th, 16th. I was taking him a little early because I knew he had value. So I was doing a live stream. I remember I signed up and it was a live stream and Brian Drake was on. And I drafted Fannin in round 17. And Brian Drake just starts going off. Why would you draft Harold Fannin? He's not even draftable. I'm like, did you guys see this guy's tape? I said. I go, come on, man. Sometimes the takes are crazy.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
He's
on the Cleveland Browns, Steve.
The guy was he wanted to give you some money.
Yeah.
there were 3 tight ends I was going after last year: Kraft, Warren, and Fannin. And I had Fannin as my tight end. There was one team, me and Steve D'Angelo split, where we had 4 startable tight ends.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My 2 highest drafted tight ends were Harold Fannin, Theo Johnson. Late,
I
cheap.
took a lot of Theo and Pesci. He didn't do much last year, though,
He's
right?
a tight end, touchdown dependent.
Yeah. Dalton Schultz was a great pickup off the waiver wire last year. Yeah. Schultz was a great tight end pickup.
Oh, a monster.
Monster tight end pickup. Real monster. But look, listen, this is all stuff you got to, watch. The waivers, you got to be a few weeks ahead. These late round darts, sometimes they pay out really good. So you just got to be ahead of the game, man. You just got to look ahead. It's not that easy, but that's how you got to get an edge on some of these guys.
Right.
I learned a lot from the waiver wire. You probably know the guy. One of the best paid sites ever had was Lou Tranquilli, BFD. I don't know if you ever heard. He was big. I mean, he was a big time player. I don't know if he even plays hardly anymore. It was always 3 weeks out with like defenses, everything. I was like streaming defenses like 3 weeks out.
I always try to take a defense and like be 2-3 weeks in defenses. It seems like New England defense to me. I drafted them a shit ton last year. They saved me so much money in fab that if you hit a defense like that, it's going to help you out.
Yeah, that was like my default round 20. Nobody was taking them last year.
Nobody was taking them, man. Nobody was taking them.
That's kind of like my defense. I
was taking them everywhere last year.
You're also a Patriots fan, Carlton. You're a Patriots fan, buddy.
Right.
Nelson might have been taking them too.
He was taking them a lot. He was taking them a lot.
Yeah. We know when the defense is going to show up.
I take the Saints a lot this year.
I remember that year that the Patriots defense averaged like 13.9 points per game throughout the whole season. You remember that year? I don't know if you.
Yeah, they were good. That was big. It helps you so much on the way. You know who I think that team is? There's two late defenses that I really like this year. I like the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're not talked about enough. And I like the Minnesota Vikings.
Yep, Vikings are a good one. They got to stay healthy, though.
If they stay healthy, they're good because they're playing also a weaker schedule. Kyler Murray sucks, but we'll see what happens.
If you want to do a dot throw, one I've been mixing in, especially in late, late. If you wait and you're like the last pick, New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, the Saints, because I think that they're going to be an upside play this year. You're right.
Yeah.
They're definitely an upside dart throw. You want to know another person I'm looking at a tight end that I wonder why every year this guy improves and I don't draft any of them is AJ Barner. I don't draft any of them, and every year this guy gets better.
That's how tight ends. That's how some tight ends work.
It
takes 4 or 5 years for them to hit their peak, and then they're playable at their peak.
Well, you got a good quarterback. Quarterback helped them last year.
Yeah. Elijah Arroyo is really good. The kid just can't stay healthy.
And while I do think Shaheed is going to be more involved, he's not necessarily a volume wide receiver.
I think he's a home run hitting right. I love him more in best ball.
Yeah. So I think Bonner, but he's tough though. So he does. Some games you kind of, if you have him, you got to, how do you know when you're going to start him? Unless it's out of necessity.
There's a lot of late dart throws at tight end. Greg Dulcich, Ferguson, Hunter Henry. These guys. I even think Jake Tonjes has value because I don't know if Kittle's going to be. I don't know if Kittle's going to be ready, to be honest, but who knows?
Tonjes is good enough. He can start anywhere, probably.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. There's a lot of different angles you could take. But look, at the end of the day, man, we're going to draft a lot of these. We got to work the waiver wire. We got to push, man. And, good luck to everybody is my take, man.
It's a grind.
It's a grind, boys. But listen, I got to go because I got the baby. So I want to thank you guys for having me on, man. And I'll come on again whenever you want, whenever you guys need somebody on. All right?
All right,
Yeah.
Steve.
All
Appreciate
right, boys.
it, man.
Thanks again, man.
Have a good night, Steve.
You too.
Nice. Stevie G analyzing his draft, dropping some knowledge for us. Such a fun guest. Joey, Mike, appreciate you joining. You guys have any other thoughts on this draft board?
No, not really.
I think certain, it's.
I mean,
When's your next draft? When you plan on drafting again next?
I never know.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was the 12th guy. Normally when they have 11, I make 12. I usually do well. Like yesterday.
You sneak in at the end. You're like, yeah, I'll get in there.
I mean, I honestly like this. You like this. I was going to do what I did yesterday, the time before, but that guy, he's a good drafter. I don't know. I never met him. Hillshine, he took my guy, so I had to go another direction that day.
he was a primetime overall winner, Kyle Hillshine.
Yeah, he's a good player. He took Lamb, and that was that. I mean, I think I was drafting 8 or 9. I forget. And he just sniped them before me, so I said to go another direction. So I did that. I had it all mapped out. It came out better than I even thought it did yesterday because I didn't expect to get a Olave in the 3rd.
Was there any questions in the chat? Or?
No, there wasn't. Is this Tip and Nico Fantasy Football Space Podcast? This is Tip and Nico's Nico Rossler, their podcast. They're two guys, sports affiliation guys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're sharp. Tip brings a lot of good knowledge. Very sharp drafters. Nico's meticulous. It's a good pairing. I've been listening to their podcast. It's fairly new. Definitely subscribe to them. You'll like what you hear for sure. Appreciate you guys tuning in. You missed all the action. Our guest Stevie G just took off. We're about to close up the show, but go back and listen.
He's really smart. He's sharp drafter.
He's going to be soon enough that they're going to fill the NFC's going to fill all 3 drafts every night. I mean,
they're asking me if I'll be at the expo. And I don't think so, and it's because I had to choose between JC's wedding or the expo. So yeah, I'm probably gonna miss the expo. There's no way I'm missing the New York NFFC drafts. There's no way I'm missing the family trips to New Hampshire, and then so it came down to the expo or JC's wedding. And JC asked me to be in the wedding, so I think I had to go that route. We wouldn't be sitting here on this show right now analyzing a draft board if it wasn't for JC. So, been a great friend for me. Stepped in at the right time, and got my focus in the right direction at a critical time in my life. So appreciate him for that. Always a great friend. Definitely got to be there.
Guy.
Yeah, definitely got to be there for his wedding. So next year though, I'll be there. He's saying New Hampshire, New Hampshire, man, New Hampshire.
Who said that?
That's my piece. We go up there, mountains. It's quiet. There's no traffic. There's a lake, huge lake.
What part of New Hampshire? I went to camp in New Conway or something.
North Conway, yeah, that's exactly it. North Conway, Meredith.
What's the lake up there? It was
Lake Winnipesaukee.
Exactly, that's the lake. That's nice.
Yeah, I got married. Me and my wife got married on that.
Good
lake.
area.
Yeah,
definitely a good area.
Yeah, love it.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah. We're talking about going up. We usually go up mid July. We usually head up for a couple of days, and then we go in September, October. It's a beautiful time of year to go up there as well.
That's nice.
You get the foliage and it's the mountains. It's nice. But yeah, so I guess we'll call it a night, guys.
Yeah.
If you everybody that tuned in late, go back and listen. It was a great show. Steve G is a great guest. Looking forward to meeting him at the New York live draft. He's bringing some pizza. I guess he's bringing pizza from his restaurant as well. So
Is that kind of restaurant? He's got a pizza place.
He's got a Greek restaurant, but
I think it's got it's a variety of things.
Yeah, but
besides pizza.
Yeah, a nice Greek pizza is nice if it's done.
Yeah,
If it's done, it's got to be done right though. It's not my first style of choice, but a good Greek pizza is good. Nice. Appreciate you guys.
I like that football space podcast. That's cool.
Yeah, Tip is good. These guys are good.
I'm kind of his guy more even in the first round. He likes Genty. I kind of do too. I'm not really a running back guy, but I think he's going to have a real good season.
Yeah, I agree. I got one share of him so far.
I like what Steve said earlier. If you could pair him with Chase Brown.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. It's tough to do because Genty's going a little. You're gonna have to get him in sometimes in the 8th or 9th to get and you won't get Brown back on the turn.
Yeah, you gotta have it fall your way for sure.
What's that?
You have to have it fall your way.
Yeah, you got to be doing a lot of them. Because that's why I like these. I can't wait for these night owls. You'll get guys. It'll be all over the place.
I was going to say I'm waiting.
I want the night owls.
As much as I love the challenge of drafting against the same people all the time, I would love to draft against some new names, and that's kind of why I'm waiting.
Yeah, the night owls are just you get guys.
Yeah, I probably won't draft for a little while.
Yeah, couple weeks in.
That's the thing.
I'm gonna probably buy 2 more of these.
When you go with the night owls, you'll get the top 4 that normally go. Somebody will creep it. One, it'll change. You'll see guys. You'll see a guy drafted at 1 or 2. You'll be like, wow, it'll just happen. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a lot of West Coast guys.
Now it's more or less watch their Twitter boards or live streams.
Who knows?
ADP movement.
Guys get tired, maybe. Who knows? Guys are.
Jay says that's why he jumps over to the FFPC.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man. When I started to try playing both, I kind of my in-season management suffered a little bit because I had to go on 2 different platforms. So I think that's why I eliminated my FFPC managed leagues. I'll still do the early best balls. I'll still do their playoff contest. I love their playoff contest as well. But
it's tough because you can't. You don't know. You never know where you're going to pick. You got no control over that.
I don't know.
The computer just, and it's not 3rd round reversal, and it's just.
And the 1.5 of tight end throws everything off a little bit.
It's definitely softer competition, and also you got also to win the money. You got to come even if you come in 1st and 2nd and get an automatic bid into the shootout. You got to win your playoffs to collect. You might not collect any money.
Right.
Which makes, it's, I played, I cut it down. I like the 3 gorillas I got, and I got the 1 baby gorilla, and I'm glad I got them. The teams are real good, and I'll take my shot there. Like you said, I'll have enough managing, the 20 plus NFFC teams. I could be at 30.
It's tough, man. When you have so many managed teams and it's on 2 or 3 different platforms, it takes time. It just and I think it eats into your efficiency.
I think I'm going to orphan one of my dynasties this year.
I mean, unless you're using the AI. I don't even know. Like, can AI help us there? I don't even know.
I can't.
If to manage 4 different platforms, three or four. Like I got, you got your teams on Sleeper, you get your teams on NFFC, you get like your Scott Fishbowls on Sleeper. I have 2 Dynasty leagues on Sleeper. You get the NFFC and FFPC. Like, you got to go to, like, it's easier when it's on one platform because you can use the software to
and they're different formats too.
I think I'm not doing no baseball on NFFC. I got away from that. I said I can't do that. It don't benefit me. Baseball. Only baseball leagues I've done is one we done on.
I filled out my draft cases.
Well, I like it because last year I did, and they were all $3, $2, and $10 drafts on Drafters, but I did 45 of them, and it's an overall contest, not just I don't think you win anything in your league. It's overall.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving up,
and I had 13 or 14. I had 14 teams cash out of the 40. So I thought that was pretty fucking good. I was like, maybe I'm a decent best ball player and I should be maxing these contests out. Who knows? I do it just to get a feel for the landscape.
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit different. Quarterbacks get pushed up because it's best ball.
It's 30 seconds. It's fast. I mean, I get.
Yeah, it's a little different, but it keeps you sharp in the draft room. It keeps you you're active with your queue and you're paying attention.
I don't get these guys, Joe. Also, these guys try to block you and stuff. I'm like, why would you? I just worry about you. Worry about your own team. You're trying to block you, and you're not going to. So what? So some other guy's going to win. You don't. If it falls naturally to you, yeah. But these guys are, and I'm with, that's why they don't win. I mean, I did okay, and I got one through pretty decently in the DraftKings. But it's like you said, it's just an exercise to get it, to see what's going on.
100%.
I wish
Feels your need for the action,
And it's better than a mock draft because you're actually playing you're playing based on the buy-in. You're playing for a significant grand prize,
right?
So there's something at the top. Even the $3 buy-in has a $10K first place prize.
You prepare draft and mock draft for the NFC. You might as well just send the money to charity. Don't even come in. Mock drafts are a waste of time because they never. It's totally different when you're drafting against the live competition.
See, I think the $50 OC qualifiers benefit me more because of the third round reversal. I like just being on top of picking your Even that $50 league, you can still do the third. It's still third.
And you get a if you win the qualifier, you get a whatchamacallit.
OC, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's. And you're drafting the same third round reversal format. It's like
it's a different animal.
Yeah. I mean, it's Steve's he's a good drafter, real good drafter, and he's not afraid of anything.
I love his approach to
that conviction.
To not being able to be. Me and Joey talk about this. I'm sure you guys talk about it all the time too. Being able to flip the board to
you have to
get what you want and to get the build. And Steve, he stressed build. He didn't stress player selection. Excuse me. He didn't stress draft and value. He stressed build. You put together a build. A unique build people don't have. It's not something that you don't want to be sharing players. You don't want something common. You don't want chalk. as they call it in DFS. You want the right core, but you want to come up with some solid builds that might not be achievable to get often. And if that means flipping the board or reaching for players or pushing a guy up here and there, then you got to do what you got to do.
You have to flip it, and you have anybody out there listening, first still watching or whatever. Trust or process, player evaluation. If you like a player based on where you're at, take them. I mean, you don't have to take all three like the one player we watch does, but if you like one certain player, you should take him. Flip the board with him, build that roster construction. What you feel like you can win.
Or like you said, Joe, trust if there's running backs that you really convicted on in the mid rounds, and there's a wide receiver that you know isn't going to come back if you pass up on him. Trust your drafting skills. Trust your player evaluation. Trust that where these guys are going, you can get these guys later. These are guys you believe in that you can get later to fill the rest of your build. Take the wide receiver that's not going to come back to you. If don't second guess it. Take it and trust your instinct that you're confident in your running back selection a few rounds later, and make sure you get those running backs.
That's just like we was talking in that chat with Dan and Josh. What I was trying to say, if you take a whole backfield, let's say you got 6 total backs on your team, and you take 2 complete backfields with backups, you've only got 3 running backs in my eyes. I mean, you got 6 by the number, but you've only got 3 because you can't. I'm not a handcuff type guy. I'm just not. I mean, I just take your backup. If you take Henderson, I want Ramadri. Or if you take Kyron, I want Corum. If you start taking Corum and Kyron Williams, or
I like Corum, Kyron Williams, though.
You have to.
That's a good one. Who do you start? Are you going to start both of them? No. Who are you going to start? Problem there is what I don't think Joey's saying is you're kicking yourself which week, you put one guy on the bench, you can be kicking yourself could go back to Cecil. That's the only issue.
The Rams is probably the best
decision making where I get aggravated.
I think Swift and Monangai, Corum and Kyron and Trevion and Ramondre. Outside of those 3, I agree with what you're
I'm just saying when you're building a 20
but I'm asking you a question, Joe. Who are you going to start, Corum or Williams?
I'm starting Kyron every time.
Okay, and then
Corum is the
Corum is a 50. He's a 50% guy.
I'll play it by ear. I'll play it by ear. Right, I'll ride the hot head, man.
It's tough. It's just I get aggravated. It's tough. It's tough because you got.
As an RB2. It's an RB2 in my instance. I have Chase Brown in round 2, and then I took Kyron in round 4. And then I made sure I grabbed Corum because the contingent upside.
Those guys are so different.
I think it's a necessary. I think those are the 3 necessary hit. Like if you have the starter, you want damn handcuffs. Like those 3 situations. If you can get the handcuffs, like I think it's worth having the handcuff. But I agree with you, Joe. You give yourself more flexibility. By having other people.
We don't have that decision because we can. Yeah. It's even if you're the sport, it's tough to guess. It's week to week.
You do it for the contingent upside. All 3 of those, all 3 in like other situations, if a running back goes down, it's usually a committee. I think in those three particular situations, they are the clear-cut guy. 3 downs. They might get spelled a little bit, 5 to 10 touches per game, but I think Monangai, Corum, and Ramondre are must handcuffs.
And my biggest concern, Trevion's still the sexy pick, but my concern is Ramondre didn't really let him close the gap much. One fumble from Ramondre, I think it off flips because he fumbles quite often.
Right, but there was seven games went by before Trevion was even fantasy relevant, and he still outscored Ramondre.
Well, that's why
He's got
that's
home
why
run.
rookie
He's got
season.
home run.
That's why these guys, it's Genty wasn't, these rookie running backs. I'm really against. I drafted one share at Trevion in the third. Team was good, but he only gave me that upside. In a couple games? What was it? The late middle of the season.
Yeah, you drafted him at. I would have never drafted him in round 3 last year. I
drafted him once, and it was my best team. But
you didn't imagine if you didn't draft them.
Yeah, I took it. I wanted a share. I mean, in terms, look, guys,
I know
you take a share.
The one player that we're all, and Steve G brought him up, but if you sit and think about it, if you go wide receiver heavy, a man's a fool not taking Tyler Algier late. I mean, that's a good RB on a wide receiver heavy team. I mean, I think Love is, 3rd round pick. I mean, number 3 overall pick. He's going to have all of his opportunities, but the one thing that worries you, he could check down too, is if they make a quarterback change. I don't know how that offense is going to be. If they start out 1-4, and you're going to put in Beck, I mean, I would think.
I guess it's tough to say.
I ain't really got my RBs down. I like Corum a whole lot.
Algier is a great pick now because what happens if they were to move on from either James Conner or Benson? Now Algier moves up.
Benson's probably gone. Probably.
Right, but it's not official yet. I think if
I agree, Algier
will move up.
Guy too. He's a goal line guy.
Any type of news of that backfield getting consolidated more, and Algier is going to move up around the 2.
I could see a contender, or in a preseason here, injuries happen. Unfortunately, I could see them saying, "Okay, James Conner, you're older. We're going to send you to a contender. Maybe you can help them out a little bit." I can see him being the one moved.
No, 100%. Because he's, somebody gets hurt, he's the first phone call probably.
And he's older. He don't want to be on a rebuild team with Carson Beck. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not into Love, even though he's a great pass catcher, but just a rookie. I think you're gonna find these guys are just early in the season. They're not going to, like a Trevion, maybe better than who knows. And then you're out of it. And then you're out of it. You don't have it. You wasted that 3rd round capital, and then it's happened.
The only thing we can hope for,
even Bijan's first year, he didn't pay off in the 1st round at all, not even close.
No, but 3rd round, I'm taking Love in the 3rd round. Middle back end 3rd round. I'm okay with picking him there.
In the end, I mean, I'm
second round.
If I'm Steve, who drafts 100 teams off that, he's got to take him. I'm not drafting.
Nelson got him in round 4.
Yeah.
He's drafting. These guys are volume drafters.
Yeah.
Big volume drafters. So it's
our best situation. Okay, we're gonna let Carson Beck hold off. Their defense ain't got no better. They're just gonna sling it, score garbage time. I mean, Love could be good, but I wasn't on Genty last year. I'm more on him this year than I would be probably Love.
He's got they bulked up the offensive line.
But Love's in a good situation. I mean, Trey Benson ain't gonna do nothing. James Conner ain't gonna do nothing. Algier is gonna play the same role he did in Atlanta. he's going to be fantasy relevant.
And they're not going to burn the kid out, Love. These people think these rookies come. They're not used to playing this schedule in the NFL. People think they're just going to get monster carries. Never happens.
I'll tell you another tidbit I heard on this podcast too on running backs. Since we're talking running backs, was their biggest concern with Quinshon Judkins is because they think he's just going to be a two-down back from Todd Monken's.
I agree.
They think Dylan Sampson's going to be more involved.
I agree.
Based on their history with Todd Monken.
Yeah. 100%.
And
they don't score many points too.
And the way that game scripts are going to fall.
Yeah. They're not going to score many points, period. That's why I can't get a handle on, I just commit to staying away from certain teams, and that's it. I'll take, and it'll pay off 9 times out of 10. I mean, that, in terms, and like you just said, Junkins, PPR format, he's got to score touchdowns to make it happen. Facts right there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's, we could, but that's, it's happened with it. It's happened with all these rookie running backs.
I don't know though. I think if Bijan got 400 touches his first year, there's a chance he could have went down. One thing about watching him as rookie,
back, a bad team gets 400 touches. They don't do it.
Watching him as rookie year, I worry about his durability. He's gotten. I think he's gotten past that, but in his rookie year, you could just see that there was a little bit of timidness in finishing his runs. I think he cleaned that up last year. He looked a lot more explosive, so I don't think it's an issue.
Affiliation was what?
But I think maybe that had a little bit to do with the way Adi was managing his load. Who knows?
The rookies, the guys on the podcast, they do the experts, whatever. And they love to tout the rookies because that's sexy, and that's what these young audience that the mainstream wants to hear. I'm all for
I don't want to jinx my team. What I'm getting ready to say, knock on wood, but this is a real concern for me. Taking Gibbs at number 1. He could blow up, but David Montgomery kept that kid fresh. I just don't know how much more he could take on. I mean, he's a good back, explosive back. I think it is a little bit of concern. I mean, the way Campbell used Montgomery, he kept Gibbs fresh, explosive. I don't know how much more he can. I don't know if Pacheco can come in and give him any relief, like Montgomery could run a series or 2 or drive or 2 or whatever. I don't know. I may just be overthinking it. The talent is there, but I just don't know how many more touches he can handle. I mean, that's almost
the thing about it is that he gets the goal line.
Montgomery
vultured a lot of those goal lines. So that's what
he kept him. He ran a lot. Not just.
I think that you could see Pacheco spell him some, Joe.
I hope so.
I just don't think that you're going to see Pacheco.
Yeah, you're going to see it like they do in base. I mean, it's not going to be.
You're not going to. I don't think you're going to see it at series at a time. It might be a couple of touches at a time.
Exactly.
He's
going to get a break.
You're not going to see. I don't think you're going to see.
These NFL teams, that a lot of these teams, especially the New York team, MetLife. If you watch the soccer, I saw a thing on it. They have uniform. The World Cup puts in all these fields. Look at Dallas. Look at the New York, the grass fields. I see the piece how they did it. That's what they should do permanently. Keep it there. I don't understand these franchises. Look, injuries can happen anywhere, but that turf in New York is just brutal. The turf in Dallas, I mean, it's not, put it in the grass fields. Look at them. I mean, they're immaculate. They're uniformed in every stadium in this World Cup. And these guys they got the money. I don't understand why they don't. It should be. It's a no-brainer if you ask me. If you don't have a grass field nowadays with the technology they have, coils on whatever, they can keep it in good weather and in bad weather, keep the field from getting slick. It's just stupid. Now that's not going to. We're still going to get injuries, but it's going to help. 100%, it's going to help, especially in New York and the New York market. Look at Neighbors. He went down with a nothing play. It was just that turf is just brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun tonight. I mean, Steve,
Yeah.
he's like having three guys in one, man. He gives you some good stuff, and it's rapid fire, man.
When they get his partner on here sometime.
Nelson?
I like to meet Nelson.
Oh,
I'll
yes.
work on it. I'll work on it. Yeah, Steve, Mike, you could work on it if you want.
Nelson would do it.
I know he would.
Have you had Paul Spateri on?
No.
Let's
We're
get
working
Paul.
on it. We're working on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell him. He'll get.
I'm just getting acquainted with that side. Like Matt Modica, these guys just followed. They just follow. Yeah, they just followed. Followed me this week.
Yeah, we'll get him on. He'll be glad to do it.
Oh, we can get Matty Moe on.
Yeah, he even followed me today. I said, thank God I wasn't driving my car. I would have driven off.
I know. You follow. That's what I said. You follow.
Those guys will do it.
Just getting acquainted with these guys, so I'm sure it's going to be in the works. But
Modica's a great guy.
Oh yeah.
I've talked to him for a long
Paul's
time.
doing a great podcast, live stream. Paul's really he's very.
I would trigger him. He likes to come on these shows.
He's entertaining. I mean, Paul, he's experienced guy. He's been around a while. He's a fun guy. That draft last night was great. It was great.
I know, that was a good show.
That was
awesome.
That was just fun to watch. Fun to watch. Yeah, those guys all do it.
Nice. So that's what y'all can look forward to in the upcoming weeks. We'll be working on some high stakes round.
So we're gonna try to go Thursday, you said?
Yeah, I think Thursday this week. I believe Dan said that he is not available on Wednesday.
That's good. I'm not either. I gotta get up about 4:30 on.
So Thursday night round table, Fantasy Savvy channel. You guys have a division you want to? We're gonna analyze one division. What do you think? What division you want to hit first? You want to make a decision now?
You want to see if those guys. We can bring up some boards. I think that was pretty fun. These drafts. I think that's what the audience wants to see. Like to see, just some of these boards.
Well, we can talk about the fantasy relevant players on these teams.
And we can cover a board after.
We can cover both. You know what I'm saying? I think Dan and Josh went over to two boards last night. That was good. That's what I think. I think
the
guys,
Illuminati.
What's that?
Josh calls them. Yeah, that's it. That they call the Illuminati.
Who's that? The Illuminati.
Matt, Paul, and Nelson.
Oh God.
The Illuminati. Yeah.
The Illuminati?
Yeah.
But that was, that's.
Covering the draft boards is good, Mike, but we had a plan here. I said
no. I'm not saying we shouldn't do the division. I'm saying I don't know. In time, can we do? Does that take how much time? How much?
No, I don't like 4 teams or so to a division.
4 teams in the division doesn't.
Yeah, we can hit a draft. We can hit a draft board after.
That's what I'm saying. Just
Yeah, that's fine with me. Thursday night.
It's
Thursday night Fantasy Savvy channel, YouTube channel by our guy Steve D'Angelo. We'll cover some division. We haven't decided yet. We'll figure it out, and then we'll go over a draft.
Yeah, we like the surprise keeps people under keep them guessing.
Nice.
We go to a division that
a guy in the chat, Jay Wimmers, is going to join, depending on the division. I forget which ones he said. I'll have to go back and look at the text messages, but he's going to join us for one of the divisions. I invited him, so
that's
good. Beautiful.
We'll figure out what we're doing this week. Maybe he'll be on this week. We'll see. The NFFC powerhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I love it, man. It's nice to see all of us getting on here, hanging out with each other, talking football, and
it's go time. It's after the 4th of July. It's go time.
I love how we all want to compete against each other and beat the shit out of each other, fantasy football wise, but we're also rooting for each other at the same time. It's beautiful. That's
what I told Paul today. I said it's so much fun. The live streams, it's the pod, whatever. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Sure, we want to win. Everybody wants to win, but I don't have a problem. If my friends win, so be it. I'm happy. That's good karma.
I don't have a problem that Dan and Josh terrorized my draft the other night, but I thought I
the pretty.
They were right next. They were picking next to me, and yeah. But I thought I adjusted pretty well. I came away with a good team. According to the grade, I'm projected to finish first. I got an A.
I'll tell you what I did the other day. I went off the beaten path. I took Amon-Ra at 4 over Puka.
Ooh.
What's that?
I don't hate it. I can't say I hate it.
Amon-Ra better. I mean, Puka's great.
When
Stafford's older, Puka plays like Marshawn Lynch out there.
You talking about MSC for them or best ball? What draft are you talking about?
Are you talking about a 350 draft?
Yeah.
Which one?
I took Amon-Ra over
your first one, right?
Puka
or second one?
At 4.
Hey, look, it's.
I don't hate it.
I know good players. One guy in the FFPC, he's a good player. He plays home mains. He has a P first. If he gets the first pick, he's taking him. Guys. Guys do that. They can be successful. When it comes down to it, it's your whole team.
Like I said, I like Puka. He's dominating. But he had a monstrous year. I mean, and my biggest concern too is their defense is a lot better now. They might not throw. I mean, they can probably get up on you fast in the first half, and then it's going to be Kyron and Coral and Myles Garrett and that defense. I mean, they might not have to shoot at us much.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
NFC North be a good one to talk about first. Packers, Vikings, Bears.
Yeah, Joe, I just have a problem. A guy brings up, the one guy he'll bring up, if he's in the one spot, he'll bring up Hampton.
Oh,
I mean, that's that's crazy. I don't have a problem. Certain guys, if you bring him, that's your guy. If you get 3, and the guy's going 5, and you want that guy, you take him. Long as it's not a big reach. It's just, and then you go.
I would have already had him, but
I'm not going to fall.
Pick 6, and Monroe went 5, so I got stuck with JSN my first draft. I was like,
yeah, so did I. I got JSN at 6, my first one, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I got stuck with JS. I wanted Monroe. I just think he's good. I think he's safe. He's really safe. And he only getting better. He's pretty durable too. He don't miss many.
Yeah, I thought he was history after that when he got hurt that Thanksgiving game, he came right back the next week. Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. A lot of guys, that's what scares me about Waddle. He's a guy that can go out for 3 quarters and come back in the fourth. You're like, what's going on here? If you came back in the fourth, what happens? what happened then? Certain guys just don't have paint. Whatever, they just
No.
who knows? They don't have it inside to be on the field. Monra's not that guy. He wants to be on the field. He don't care. Unless he's got 2 broken legs. Taking on to put you in
I guess,
Yeah,
guys, we better get off here.
That's a good point Josh made.
What'd he say?
Yeah, taking a Monra 1 to 4, it's going to put you in a different group of players round 2 and 3. Maybe
Look.
I mean, guys, that's one thing you notice when they do these. I haven't been to Vegas and I haven't seen these platinum drafts that get drafted in Vegas. Guys just bring up their guys. The one guy last year, he took a guy that was the 3rd round in the 1st round. These guys won a lot of money. So I'm not gonna. It's the whole team. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. It's not just one. It's not just one guy. The whole build, right? You got to look at give me the first 10. That one guy you might So what? Let's see what it.
Yeah,
it can happen. Easy.
Give you a different combination of players.
Combination of guys.
Yeah, give you a unique build for sure.
Yeah.
When you do stuff like that, we were talking about that earlier. Nice. Well, it is we're 5 minutes from midnight. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys want to call. I think we should end the show.
Might as well do a night out if he's had one.
Nah, they can't film. I would consider it.
I don't know. I got 5 missed messages from the Discord. That sounds like they were trying to fill one.
Really?
I probably won't draft to another. I'll draft later this month.
I'll get in when it's like Billy Watts said on your show when he was a guy. You see when I see it goes red, I get the itch. It goes red. When I saw 11, I said, "Shit." You know what? Let me go. I think I saw who was in it. Was Man in there? Yeah, Man was in there. The guy could be smart. He might be smarter than all of us.
Joe, did you start drafting your Scott Fishbowl?
Yeah.
How'd you do? How you doing?
I
draft
wide receivers.
Nice, good.
It's a slow draft, Joe.
It's slow draft.
How's your team, Joe?
I'm just gonna.
I'm in a live draft, so I won't be until July 19th.
I've only made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Is it like
6 picks? I'll tell you who I took. Donkey right here. I took Herbert at 12, McConkey at 13. Took Devontae Smith, Ibuka, Laporta, Parker Washington so far.
I like it.
I'm gonna go all wide receivers. Heck of running back.
Yeah.
If you look at the projections on Sleeper, wide receivers outscore them too.
Wide receiver. So I don't mind the elite group running back and the elite group tight end.
Right.
And grabbing one. I'm probably going to get 2 quarterbacks, but I don't mind. I don't mind just one either. But
I want to get. Let's see.
After the elite tight ends and the elite running backs are gone, I'm hammering big play wide receivers because of that 20-yard bonus.
The goal right now is to get one more quarterback in this next 2 picks.
Nice.
There's only 2 or 3 quarterbacks left. I have to get one this pick. The team beside of me has got 2, so I just have to see this guy who's on the clock has only got 1. So I'll get me another running quarterback in this next pick. So I had to take my guy. I had to take Herbert McConkey.
Yeah, it's Scott Fishbowl. You take what you want to watch.
Well, I made my donation. I didn't get an email until almost 6 o'clock. I don't know. I think I was a replacement. To be honest.
Maybe. Who knows? You got in. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah, I said it's just for a good cause. We'll see.
Jay Jay
I
says
might do
only.
another. I might do another gladiator league because I didn't get McConkey, and that a guy took him real early. I was like, man,
I absolutely love.
You did a slow one there, Joey?
I did a long time ago.
I did a
How many
slow.
guys is it?
I did a slow
Yeah,
gladiator.
How many guys did you draft?
I absolutely 14.
Oh, really?
I-
So you can do that goes quick if you do them live, right? I mean,
Yeah.
online.
14 rounds. Every player counts towards your score. It's best ball, and there's no free agent moves.
Right,
So
and you could draft only 2 quarterbacks, right?
Yeah, it's two quarterbacks.
Basically, right?
You have to take 2 quarterbacks.
You have to. I thought it was a
Yeah.
really.
I think you have to take 2.
I thought one was a super
Yeah.
flex. Do you?
You have to
take
in
2?
that.
It's 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, and then a bunch of flex.
I'll probably do another one.
I never did one. I have to do what's the what is it? A tournament?
Yeah, the tournament.
It's a national contest too.
Yeah.
You don't have to do nothing, Mike. Just make your picks and that's it.
Yeah, I might do that.
You got to
$50.
you got to eat.
I only do them. I'm not going to sit there and wait. If there's they probably get filled quicker early.
They do some live ones.
August, right?
It's a $50 buy-in. Yeah. It's super affordable. Yeah.
Do they fill right away usually?
No, I did a slow one, but it was a 2-hour one. It actually went by pretty quick. I wasn't.
Yeah, 14 rounds ain't bad.
No, it goes nothing.
I absolutely.
Is it
I absolutely.
or no?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me double check. I was looking at my team the other day and I was like, damn, I did a really good gladiator team.
I don't remember who I got.
Parker Washington is my wide receiver 5, my second
Let me look at this gladiator. They came up with it last year, right? That's a pretty good concept.
Yeah. You got to eat the bye weeks and the injuries. There's no way you can replace those.
Sure.
But.
It's good. I don't have my mind. I'm gonna have enough with the fab with the football. I don't need more managed teams. That's for sure.
So here's what I got. I got Lamar Jackson and Daniel Jones for quarterbacks. I got Ashton Genty and DeAndre Swift for running backs. My wide receivers are A.J. Brown, Malik Neighbors, DJ Moore, Christian Watson, Parker Washington. And then I have Laporta for tight end, and then I have Kenny Gainwell and Isaiah Likely to round out my last 2 flex. And then I get the Seahawks kicker and the Saints defense.
Oh.
That is a good one.
Not terrible.
Real good team.
So 2 quarterbacks,
2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, 4 flex, and then a kicker and a defense.
What do you draft? What do you draft? How do you play the quarterback position usually? I mean, everybody guy takes 2, he can't draft anymore. So it's how do you play it?
I'll share a draft board. Mike, give me a second.
Yeah.
I'll share the draft board.
That's pretty cool. It's the strategy there. It's. So 4, you can start 7 wide receivers. Pretty cool.
Well, you don't start anybody.
You can draft. I'm saying 7 wide receivers.
Every player counts towards your weekly total.
You can draft 6 6 of them can be running backs, 7 can be wide receivers.
You can get away with just 2 running backs.
And you could draft 5. You could draft 5. You could draft 5 tight ends if you want to.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah, so. This is let me see here. I like that. You went high. That's what I would go high, low on a quarterback. You get that out of the way. You don't have to worry about it, and you get, You take somebody that's the right strategy. If you don't soil yourself, then you just hammer out whatever wide.
Oh, that kid was in yours, number 7.
Who?
Kev Mazarayan. Yeah.
Yeah. John Fish, he's in there too. I think that's his name. 9.
I don't recognize these guys. One guy, the 7, I do. These guys, I don't see them in the. I don't see them in the OCs.
Didn't Zach Waxman win that last year?
Yeah, he played a ton of them. I think he said.
I think he won it.
Yeah.
See, the overall might pay $7,500. I think for the overall.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a couple of these. They're easy. 14. That's
Even slow drafts ain't bad.
They scratch the itch for sure when you're when you want to put off doing a 350.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm bored with I'm done with the DraftKings best ball. I got bored. I mean, I did it.
This is third round reversal too, right?
Yes.
It's third round reversal.
Yep.
Best ball's a volume, guys. I mean, I respect the guys that that are expert. They show that do best ball and now whatever content and stuff like that. But that's a volume game.
Yeah, I'm gonna join.
I don't care what anybody says. It's a volume. I mean, I'm sure there's guys have unique strategies that are probably helpful. But it's a lot of that's a lot of luck.
Yeah, you got to put together
You're especially nowadays because the injuries are happening. So there's so many in every sport, not just football.
Yeah, there's no in-season management element.
No, there's no skill. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, guys are good best ball, but the guys that win, they're playing volume.
Nice.
That's a good team, Joe.
I know. I thought I did a good job.
Yeah,
I like Gainwell late.
Hoping they stay healthy.
You wait on the I like that move, getting a quarterback out, or get one and you don't have to focus because you're not taking. I mean, I guess there's one guy did. I don't.
How many real life?
I mean, look at the guy's number 3 team. I mean, I don't.
Well, yeah. You know what happens is
I don't like that team.
You can only take 2 quarterbacks.
Right.
So once it gets down to there's only 3 or 4 teams left with only one, it becomes a game of chicken, kind of. Like who's going to take the next quarterback?
Like playing an auction when you got $9, you got $9, right? And you're playing, whatever. It's playing that type of game with the money.
Yeah, you got to look at it like this too. There's only 28 quarterbacks available. And what are they? 32 teams. So you're not going to get
shafted. Yeah,
right.
When you're early on, the guy missed out on, he missed out on whatever Chase, say the number 3, and then he, a stud wide receiver, whatever you wanted to do there. I mean, I could see taking 1, but you still,
I like my Lamar pick because
I like that because with Genty especially. That's
because if I don't take Lamar there, I have to sacrifice AJ Brown to grab Caleb Williams, which would have been the next quarterback in it like anywhere near that range. And then if I didn't take Caleb Williams, look at the quarterback run that happens in round 4, and I miss out on it. So
number 2, I don't see number 2.
There isn't anybody in round 2.
No, look at the team too. They took Dart. I mean, that was a big help.
Yeah, there isn't anybody in round 2 though that can replace Lamar Jackson and AJ Brown. Like I can't go CeeDee Lamb and Caleb Williams. I don't think that matches.
You could critique number 2 when he took Dart. And all the way back on the turn, he should have went ahead and took Caleb Williams where he matched him up with Luther Burden on that team.
Caleb Williams went
He didn't have Burden yet.
He could have took Caleb where he took Jackson Dart, and he would have had Luther Burden in round 5. So we'd
Yeah,
have
and then you
hookup.
could have taken. I mean,
Yeah, this is a best ball, so you do want to stack.
Mm-hmm.
he didn't. He's a Giants fan, obviously. To take Dart in the second round, that's just could pay. Small chance it could pay off. Highly doubtful. But Joe, that was a good. You got Neighbors, I like. You got those 4 wide receivers. That's solid.
And like I was talking
with Parker.
Like I was talking with Jay, Jay was like, "What if Neighbors starts slow? You're gonna be down." I said, "But what happens when all the other teams in the contest are losing guys? I'm gaining a guy, so that's kind of how
Neighbors is ready for week. We don't. Nobody knows. He's a top 5 wide receiver if he put. If
late 4th round.
Late
4th round.
That's why you take it. You're playing for $50. You want to get the 7,500. At least that be in there.
Yeah,
and that can get you there because if he doesn't have that injury, he's a 2nd round pick. Third, in this thing, an early 3rd round, whatever it is, he's earlier.
Wow, Jay got a steal on him tonight.
Yeah, that was. Oh yeah.
All right.
That FFPC can be fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, I'm gonna go bed.
Mike with the evil laugh. Yeah, we're gonna check out. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're listening on X, go over to YouTube, hit the like button for us. Helps us out a ton. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to the Sports Affiliation. We're still chasing that 1,000 subscribers. I think we're at like 912 or something. So definitely subscribe if you're not subscribed. We hit the notifications to let you know when we go live. I'm on every Tuesday night. Time varies depending on guest. Like tonight, we had a 10 p.m. start because our guest was participating in the 8 p.m. online championship draft, which we analyzed during the show afterwards. So, 8, 9, 10 p.m. Tuesday nights, that's what I'm on. Aces up. But you can subscribe to the Sports Affiliation. We have shows every single night. They're all good content going into the NFL season. Joey, Mike, appreciate you for always being there.
We had a good time.
Yeah, want to thank Steve G again for coming on and sharing his draft thoughts.
Yeah, he's such a
incredibly sharp fantasy football player. So, great entertainment, great dude, good to have him on.
Doing something right because he's on. He's in terms of he's a good player, but he in terms of size and volume, money out there, I don't think he gets much bigger than him. And he's here every week.
Yeah, he's listening. He's tuning in to us
every week.
That's pretty damn cool that a player that good listens to what we have to say. So that's awesome. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. Joey, Mike, good night, man. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, audience. Hope you guys all crush your drafts. We're out of here.
Okay.
See you next.